I want to do the most orangey autumnal makeup look that I can possibly do. I'm going to start with this. No, wait, I have to do something before this. But this is where we're heading. So this is a gel liner. It's going to completely dry down. I don't want it to dry down. I want to use it as a base because it's the perfect color. So I'm going to take a clear eyeshadow base and I'm going to place that on my lid. And then I'm going to even it out. I thought I was ready. I wasn't ready. C31, I'm so happy this one's back in stock. Even though it's clear. And this shadow base, this type of really wet clear base, this one's discontinued because I like it. So it, of course, gets discontinued. But anything like this is not going to dry down. So we're going to be able to use that tackiness to our advantage. I'm already going to get going. Are you ready? Let's go to Makeup Town. I'm going... You know what? I should scoop some out. Let's scoop some out. Because that would pick up a whole lot. I'm going to put it on the back of my hand. I'm even going to put it on the back of my hand evenly. That way it doesn't clump up in the brush and become chaos. I'm actually going to use a fluffy brush to pick it up. Boop, 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 boop. But now it's really even on the brush. Woo! Pigment. I'm going to focus mostly on my lid for right now. And then I'm going to bring it up here. Don't be frightened now. I know it's getting out of hand. But that's what we want. Now that base underneath is going to make sure that it doesn't dry down until we set it. And we're going to be really, really pigmented, and we're going to get more of a even blend. I feel like once you understand formulas, you're unstoppable. Truly unstoppable. All right, let me make sure they kind of match a little bit. And I've taken it up a little bit higher than I want. So I have my micellar water on that same brush. I know. But one thing I learned that worked for me better than anything, it was understanding how to quickly shift and clean up instead of just worrying about precision all at once. Now you best believe Sheila's right here. Bristles are pretty much dry. Okay, now we can blend it. There we go. I just wanted it a little less intense towards my brow. Well, we're gonna learn. I bet you're thinking, hey, but it's still there and it looks awful. This much right here, that is so thinned out that once I add concealer there later, it's going to look so melted, so blended. It's even going to add this undertone into my concealer, which then is going to make the eyeshadow look even more flawless. You understand, right? I know you do. If you have a phobia of mold, look away right now, okay? Because I'm not showing you mold, but the palette is called Rotten and it has mold graphic on top. So if you don't like it, look away. It's even fuzzy. Look how fun. I love this. I'm so excited. I haven't even used this yet. I purchased this a little while ago, and I've just been on all kinds of tangents of filming of other things, so I haven't gotten around to it. So I'm going to use this as my first transition. Do you see how it just kind of smooths everything? Especially when you use the E28. Really, of course, I love my brushes, but using the side, and that's one of the reasons it's designed so flat, is because a lot of times we think kind of going back and forth is going to give us a really smooth, even blend, but an easier way is to take your brush and press that in, and it just kind of fills in every single gap and you get the most delightful blend. This color is going to be perfect, and then so is that, and then, oh, okay, I'm getting ahead of myself. Oh, we're getting wild too. Creasing at this point is completely normal because of that very wet base I have on. Remember that? Just kind of smush that back together. Then we have our brush queued up. I'm going to take that, flip it towards the ceiling. That way it just kind of pushes right into my socket. Ooh, look how easy. Another reason the E28 was designed this way. This is going to be good. The bristles on these dry very, very quickly. This is the one we use with micellar water, and it's already dry. I'm going to take a little bit of this shade. There you go. You can see it's dry. And what I'm going to do, we're going to get a little wild. I'm going to take this and just kind of start to stamp it right above the darker shade. And the reason I wanted the fluffy brush is because I don't want this as wildly pigmented as it can be. I kind of just want to use it as a little whisper of transition. Let's take this pink shade and let's brighten up our brow bone using my E27 here. Ooh, that's nice and bright. And then, I'm gonna show you. Just take a whisper of this. Psst. Make that noise too, it really helps. And then just melt the two together. All over the place with the palettes, and I do apologize. Normally I try to stick to one palette, but that's all mattes, and you best believe that might be our shimmer. I'm gonna go through these. So Melt came back out with their stacks. Ooh, we should do a pearl look with that. We could do a white base and that on top. I'm ahead of myself. Okay. And then they're all magnetized. That is going to be a gorgeous smoky eye. Look at how cool tone that is. Scrumptious, delightful. This is where I think we're going to head. I feel like that is going to be so popping good on our lid. Oof, more smoky goodness. And then is this the, oh, no, another one. Ooh, that's like a blue brown. Okay, I think we're going to do this, which is the 6 feet under past dusk side. This is just so fall. I'm very excited. C30 is coming back. I'm going to rework it, so I hate flaunting it in front of you right now. And I'm not even going to have to carve out the lid because this shadow is going to be so pigmented and the C30 is so precise. Now I am going to take it only to about right there because I want to smoky smudge that out. This is good stuff, y'all. I'm having a blast. Look at this. This is such a good waterline color for fall. Now don't be afraid of burgundy around your eye. I feel like so many of us, we put it on and we automatically go, ooh. But once it's finished and we do a little extra color correcting underneath here, it really does all come together and it can be such an eye enhancing shade, especially if you have green eyes and of course brown eyes. Let's take a black liquid shadow, smudge it out here. See how I have it placed? Oh, don't you even worry. We're gonna get sassy smoky with this. We're gonna need the C27. I'm gonna connect it here. Tap, tap, tap. I'm using the side, that way it gets it nice and smooth. My mom's cooking. She's making beef stew. She's making a ruckus is what she's doing. Well, that was fun to watch, wasn't it? I'm over the moon with this shade. Watch. I'm just gonna take that. It's so pigmented, it's gonna even cover up the shimmer. I promise you, I love makeup this much. I truly feel like I'm just painting on a canvas. I'm gonna switch to a smaller shade. A smaller brush just to kind of push it in here. And then I'll take this dark brown. That way it kind of cushions this transition a little bit. Back with the shimmer. We're just gonna melt things together. I love a cascade. Now, I'm not gonna do wing liner, but I'm making sure this out here is extremely black. I'm just using the black from the palette. Just pressing. So if you see fallout, it's because I'm packing, packing, packing. But don't worry, I'm not going nowhere. Don't block me. One more step before I turn this around. Lily Lashes Self-Adhesive Lashes in Trendsetter. I've worn these so many times now, this particular pair. So they're pretty familiar. Get on there as I say that. Let me look into the mirror. But they're pretty familiar with my eye shape. There we go. Nice. All right, let me flip you around. And just like it can bring out a lot of darkness underneath here, I also feel that the red in the shadow is gonna bring out the red in my cheeks. So I'm going to color correct with my green corrector. Still my absolute fave. I have all of these Mehron sticks, right? Notice that they're all in just sassy, fun face painting colors. Well, I had never tried the stick in my actual skin tone, so we're gonna try it together. It's a little olive. It is a little olive. I'm not mad at it because I'm gonna be using burgundy blush anyway, so it's gonna go where I want it to go. But I've always loved the way that these glide on and the way they wear, so I'm excited for this. It's really olive. That's okay. Like I said. Oof, the blend is so good. What shade did I get? Medium. I ordered this on Amazon too. Medium 2. Don't be frightened. A little bronzer underneath this and we'd already be cooking, but I wanted to see it without it. I'm actually just not even going to worry about the perimeter up here. Melty, melty. The way that it melts is just delightful. This is the blush that we're going to use, and I'm actually going to use it to kind of toast up my bronzer a little bit. I'm using a Whisper. This one's from Beauty Creations. It's called Burgundy Flush. Just do a couple dots where we're going to place our bronzer. I know it sounds wild, but it's going to give us that pink tone to our bronzer that I need. Dominique Cosmetics Cream Bronzer. This is Soft Bronze, just double checking. C40.5. And we're going to start to work this together. I picked up a small amount because this bronzer is pretty intense. I'm going to wipe off my brush, pick up more. Here we go. This is going to help everything match. Oh, there. It's all matching so much better now. Let's do the forehead. It's hair washing day, y'all best believe it. That bronzer all the way. I'm gonna get that bronzer back to my bun. And by the way, this wouldn't be considered color correcting. This is more color shifting. Just thought I'd mention that. And anytime I do color shifting, I do it before my concealer. That way that can come in and see what it can do to fix. But I'm taking my foundation brush. I didn't add any more foundation. I'm just making sure that this is all nice and melted together. I'm gonna go a little bit brighter with my concealer, just for some funsies. Also, remember we have that balance underneath, so we can go a little bit brighter. And then, this is Back in Stock, the C32. Melty, melty. Now remember when I talked about the eyeshadow cleanup? I'm grabbing a Whisper of that concealer because this stuff is wildly full coverage. And I'm gonna start to melt this together. Pick up very small amounts, fluffy brush, that way we don't completely cover it and dull it. But we definitely want to melt it. I'm gonna hop back over here real quickly and I want to extend this even more. I might actually grab this lighter yellow too, just to give it some glow out this way. It's still spooky month. I'm getting away with this intensity. Now the blush is the perfect shade, but this is going to be a really intense color. It's almost like lipstick when it comes to the level of intensity. So I don't want you to be too afraid of something like this. Even if you have a more fair skin tone, I'm going to pick it up on a C41 and I'm going to keep it a little bit right here. See, that's not scary at all. Just about knowing how to pick it up and the brush that we use. I'm just gonna put a little bit of the liquid shadow, the black one, remember that? Smudgy, smudgy. And it's a safe bet to use the liquid at this point because I don't want to deal with fallout right now. Not fun. I had a little bit more of that burgundy shadow on this before that black sets. I'm just going to take it and push it in here and it's going to create a nice glowy burgundy transition. So instead of pink, I want a peachier under eye. I'm going to reach for shade 4. I normally wear shade 3, but I don't want it to get too pink. This powder is just so good in every single, there went the brush, in every single color. Just always ties everything together And the way that it interacts with makeup, especially, obviously it pairs beautifully with matte makeup, but I feel like right now a lot of the textures are very, very wet when it comes to foundations and concealers. And the way that this powder interacts with them and what it does for them is just on another level of perfection for me. Don't look at this brush, it's prototype. I think I really like it though. Maybe look at it a little bit. Remember, I wanted to kind of highlight in here with that pink shade. Oof, I smell the beef stew. Let's highlight here with the pink shade. And don't forget that eyeshadows can absolutely be highlighters. Just an idea. I'm gonna throw on the lipstick, and that kind of helps me decide what kind of lip liner I'm after. I think I wanna do this. Oh, it's so pretty. Especially with this eye look, because it's matching that transition. One thing I love to do is match my heaviest transition, which is that right there. Sephora Collection lip liner. This is the shade Berry Bang, and it's this really pretty deep berry. I think it'll be fun once we blend it with this really pumpkin spice orange lipstick. Let's top it with this gloss. I've been wearing this gloss a lot. I'm debating if I should get the other shade. There's a new shade in this too. This one's new, but it's like this, oh, I forget, champagne-y situation. I probably don't need it. I need to stop. I just love makeup. It's my art supplies. All right, my friends, this is our finished look. It has been Feral October. Thank you for putting up with it. It is just such an inspiring time for me, especially going into fall. It's actually cooled down a little bit here. I'm just in my biggest fall mode possible. But I hope that you enjoyed this, and even though it's a look that some of us might not wear every single day, I always try my best to make sure that there's some kind of valuable information in each of these tutorials that you can take and put into your favorite look. I'm too excited, I can't speak. All right, I love you with all of my heart. Thank you for being here. Bye for now.